Okay, Tyler, can you tell me about what happened at work?
So one of the employees called me up front, and it was a customer there that was really upset. They had something they were trying to return. They didn't have a receipt. It didn't even come from our store, so I couldn't take it back. And I began to handle it calmly, and then the customer started yelling and using profanity and stuff like that. So it made me mad to the point where I actually started engaging back with the customer, and I really shouldn't have, and I'm upset with myself for doing that.
How long did this confrontation last?
Oh, about 5 minutes maybe.
Where did it happen at? In what part of the store?
At the cash register.
Who saw it?
Maybe another employee or two and a couple customers.
Okay. Um, so what were you feeling in that moment when you were engaged in that confrontation with that customer?
I was just mad and angry
Why why mad? Why were you mad and angry?
because I just felt like somebody shouldn't talk to another person like that. Except I think I kind of did the same thing back.
Right. Okay. Well, somebody probably also shouldn't try to return something to you that you guys didn't sell either, right? So, what were you thinking when all of that was happening?
I was just trying to do the right thing and be nice, and then they wanted to like start yelling and hollering, so I kind of got mad and kind of went back at them a little bit.
Tipped over the edge a little bit,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Okay. So, why why do you say you're upset with yourself about that situation?
Because it just, I mean, I really shouldn't have acted like that. I mean, I'm supposed to remain calm and be nice, no matter what.
Well, how does engaging in that confrontation, um, does that make you feel different about yourself, or are you
No, because at the moment it made me feel good, but
okay?
then I realized that I probably shouldn't have done that, and then I was feeling bad about it
Why are you feeling bad about it?
because I'm not supposed to do that.
Why aren't you supposed to do that? I know that
For
sounds like a silly
one, it's
question,
not
but
the right thing to
why?
do, and secondly, I mean that's I'm hired to help solve issues without yelling.
So, according to who, is that not the right thing to do?
Well, according to myself and according to what I believe, as
Okay.
far as what I should be doing, and according to my job description.
Okay, that's what I was getting at. At what point do you establish these rules for yourself in a management role in your position? So I'm hearing you say that you're upset because you did not behave in a way that you feel aligns with the way you value yourself and your position at work.
Yes.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. If you had an employee who was speaking with somebody else on a normal, everyday basis, before this incident happened, do you feel like they would speak positively about you or negatively about you as a manager?
Positive.
Positively.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like they consistently look to you for guidance and assistance in that management role that you're in?
Yes.
Okay. So, what about this confrontation change your confidence in yourself? It sounds like you are questioning yourself a little bit in your role as a manager because of this issue.
Yeah.
What about that situation changed the way you thought about yourself?
I mean, maybe a little.
What about the
I
situation?
what about it? Just because I mean I'm supposed to handle it calmly, and I mean I guess I'm thinking that I didn't handle it properly,
Okay.
so I just don't feel right about it.
Okay. Were you gonna say something else?
No, no, go
Okay.
ahead.
I thought you were gonna say something else. Sorry. Okay. So let's talk about those beliefs and those values you have that establish your role as a manager. Tell me more about those. What does a good manager do?
They help solve problems, take care of any employee problems, any kind of customer complaints, and just kind of keep everything flowing smooth and have like a positive plan of action and stuff like that.
What percentage of the time you spend at work do you think you hold up to those beliefs and values that you just told me about?
Pretty much all the time.
All the time? Okay. So it sounds like you had one incident that threw you off a little bit,
Yes.
but it was not something that normally happens. It was an unusual,
Correct.
rare circumstance.
Correct.
Okay. So what do you think your employees would say about that incident? Do you think that they would have expected you to do that?
Probably not.
To react that way?
Probably
No.
not.
Why not?
Because I don't normally react that way.
Okay. So it sounds to me like usually stop. It sounds to me like you usually are doing everything that you expect out of yourself, and it sounds like you have high expectations for yourself. So looking back at the situation now that we've had this conversation, how do you feel about it? What are your thoughts about that situation?
Maybe I need to just kind of learn an example and know not to act like that anymore.
And continue holding yourself up to those high expectations that you
Yes.
have in the workplace.
Yes, that's right.
Because if you would agree, and if your employees would agree, and if your bosses would agree that that was one incident that was rare and it was just a mishap, then it was just a mishap, and you can work and make sure it doesn't happen again. Now you know this is a learning
Right.
experience. Next time, how will you handle it differently?
Right.
How would you handle it differently next time?
I'm sorry. I got a little confused. I would, just nicely talk to the customer and try to handle the situation without raising my voice or anything like that.
Okay. We're out of time.